How's it going, everyone? Saintsfan back again with another GTA 5 video. Today, since there are some upcoming DLCs that Rockstar just announced, I wanted to make a video on the best money-making method, the most efficient money-making method per hour for a solo player. Before we do hop in though, I figured since this is a money-making video, I figured a lot of people out there are probably looking to make some money. So I'm doing a shark card giveaway over on my Twitter. I will leave a link to it in the description. It's really easy. Just go over there, follow me, and retweet the tweet. And I will also be doing one next week, hopefully when the new DLC comes out. So if you want a chance to win, I think I'm going to do $3.5 million. For sure, go follow me on Twitter. Now, as you can tell from the title, this method will allow you to make around $420,000 per hour, which is the best you're gonna get. That's really good. It might not sound like a lot, and there is gonna be some grind to get millions of dollars, but if you don't want to risk cheating, if you don't want to risk modding, they pretty much just stopped all of the modded accounts with billions of dollars. So if you don't want to risk your account by doing any of those shady methods, you want to just be completely legit, then this by far is the best way to make money. I made a video a few weeks talking about the top 5 ways to make money now in GTA Online. And in that video, just doing certain things separately, for instance, the Import-Export DLC, you would get around $210,000 per hour, I believe. If you did VIP missions, you would get $200,000. If you did the CEO missions, you'd get maybe like $240,000 per hour. But if we actually combine all that stuff together, that's how we get this $420,000 per hour. And I do want to talk about that number a little bit more and how much you will make before we do hop into the prerequisites and the steps you're going to need to actually do this money method. First off, in a perfect world, I'll start with the numbers there. So assuming in the VIP work, we get $25,000 per mission, and assuming when we sell a top-end car, because those are parts of the method, you get $80,000, and assuming all those missions, like I said, that I'll get to in a second, gets done in one perfect hour, total, it's going to come out to $415,000. But when it comes to the VIP work, the Headhunters and the Sightseer missions, sometimes it can give you more than $25,000, sometimes it'll give you less than $25,000. So that's why I say this method will give you around $420,000 per hour, because there's really no definite number. Since the way missions work, the money you get at the end, the money you receive from completing them, is kind of based off of how long it takes. Now, in a more realistic scenario, I'll actually show you how much I made. So this first picture at the top right, you can see that is what we started with. And if you don't want to do the math, the total number, the total amount of money I had was $6,897,758. And at the end, this is this next picture, I ended up with $7,250,381. And just doing some math there, subtracting, in the hour it took for me to record this video, I made $352,000. But one thing that I did a lot was spend money. Now, I did get into a public lobby with just my friends, but as most solo public lobbies go, eventually other people will join. So at one point, we had some people chasing us, so I had to use the Ghost Radar. So that's what, $15,000 that I had to spend. Also, I used the luxury helicopter from your assistant a lot, and the reason I did that was to save on time, because some of the missions made me travel all the way up to Paleto Bay, and I didn't want to fly down, so I just teleported through the luxury helicopter. Also, and I know this isn't a lot, but it does add up, instead of calling the buzzard through my CEO, because sometimes it would be destroyed, and I'd have to wait a few minutes, I would call the Pegasus, so that's a few $100s. So I did spend a decent amount of money, as you can tell, because that is what? $60,000 that I'm missing out on in the perfect scenario. So, the results will vary, but 350 grand per hour is still really good. And if you don't do as much spending as I did, then you can easily hit that 400,000 per hour and be on your way to, whatever car you want to buy. So that's a little bit about the money aspect of this entire method. Some prerequisites though, you are going to need a buzzard. I mean, I guess you could get around doing it, but the missions, they just go so much quicker if you own a buzzard. So just for the sake of this video, I'm going to say you're going to need a buzzard. Also, you will have to become a CEO, so that's kind of a no-brainer. Also, you will have to be in a public lobby, but there are ways to get into a public lobby all by yourself. So if you want to check out the video I made on that, you can find it linked in the description. If you're on the PS4 or the PC, it's super simple. If you're on the Xbox One, it is still pretty simple, but it will just take you maybe a minute or two longer. And then the last thing you're going to need for this money-making guide is a vehicle warehouse that is full of standard and mid-range cars. And the reason that is a prerequisite is because when you source a car after having your entire vehicle warehouse full of standard and mid-range cars, then when you source a car, you will only get top-range cars. And that is what we're going to need to sell. So that might be the only thing that takes you a little bit to get going, but sourcing cars are super simple. And I'm sure by now most people have somewhat of a full warehouse, so you probably don't have to fill it up much more. But that's everything you're going to need. You can also include friends. The gameplay you're going to see, I do have some help, but this could all be done solo. So it's not like you're going to need friends to actually get any of this stuff done. So the steps, finally getting into the actual method of making all this money. I will actually leave the list and the steps in the description in case you maybe want to come back to this video whenever you do want to make some money, because there are a lot and it does get kind of confusing at some points. But the first thing, become a CEO, call your buzzard, and start the Headhunter mission. Now, Headhunter and Sightseer are the two missions that we're going to be doing a lot of. Headhunter's really simple if you have a buzzard because it'll lock on to the person you have to assassinate. Also, and you'll see in the gameplay, I do have some of my friends in my organization that will help me, that will just speed along this process because they can actually go out with their buzzards or hydras and kill people as well as me. But after you do Headhunter, you will get, between $20,000 to $25,000. Then after Headhunter, the next step is to sell a top-end car. This is why you're going to need your vehicle warehouse full of standard and mid-range, so we're only selling top-end cars during this process. So far, that's pretty simple. Next up, we're going to do Sightseer. This is the mission that you actually are going to need to go on your phone and figure out where the 3 packages are. Once you do that, that's an easy 20 to 25,000. Then Headhunter comes right after it. After Headhunter, next is when we're going to source a car. And this is where it's actually going to be beneficial if you do have some friends, because then you, if you just want to make this process go a lot faster, can just sit on top of your office building or in front of your office building waiting for your friends to kill the other targets that you have to assassinate in Headhunter. And because hopefully your vehicle warehouse is full of mid and standard range, the only cars that you will source, the only cars that it'll give you, are top range cars. If it's not, then you can obviously keep it or not keep it, but really this method requires you to only be doing top end cars. After you source the vehicle and you bring it to your vehicle warehouse, then you're going to start up Sightseer. And once you get done that Sightseer mission, we're going to sell another top-end car. So we're a little over halfway through. We've done a few Headhunter missions, a few Sightseer missions, and we've sold 2 top-end cars. After you sell that second top-end car, then we're going to do Headhunter again. And once we do the Headhunter, you should only have to wait a few seconds to do Sightseer. After you get done that Sightseer, we're going to source another car, which ideally, like I said, would be a top-end car. Then we're going to do Headhunter one more time. And then after that Headhunter, we're going to sell our final top-end car to wrap up this process in the hour time period. Once you sell that top-end car, then you can just repeat all the steps, or you can take a little break before doing it all again. So it's actually relatively simple. Like I said, it is sort of confusing when I just talk about it. Obviously, if you saw it in list form, it would just make more sense. But the reason we're actually doing all this stuff, it does go off of the VIP wave method, where the way CEO and VIP jobs work, some of them take longer to start again because of the cooldown timer. So we're basically doing all this stuff in or while all the other missions are cooling down, if that makes any sense. It's kind of weird. It's kind of hard to explain, I guess, but it works. And that's really all you need to know. So hopefully this video did help you out. Hopefully this explained a little bit more about the best way to make money, the most efficient way to make money as a solo player. Like I said, you can do this with friends, but your friends are only going to get the money from the VIP jobs. They're not going to get any money from selling top-end cars. And that's where most of the money is going to be coming from. So let me know in the comment section what you guys think of this. This is by far the best way to make money at the moment, at least per hour, without glitching or without using any sort of cheats. If you have any questions, just let me know in the comment section and I'll do my best to answer them. But that is it. Thank you all. Please drop a like if you did enjoy. Share this with all your friends if they need some money or if they need some help making money. The shark card giveaway link will be in the description, so go check that out. Go follow me on Twitter. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one.